Hi, welcome to Introduction to Multimedia Design. Here in week 1, we're looking at the multimedia revolution. The objectives for this week are to define multimedia and describe various forms, which include both interactive and non-interactive elements. We're going to design a timeline charting various significant points in the history and development of multimedia, and we are going to discuss the future of digital design along with your future plans and goals. For the assignments this week, we're going to look at Chapter 1, which is an introduction to digital multimedia. We're going to read online lecture notes, which are titled Exploring the Multimedia Revolution. And we're going to have our written assignment, which is called Charting History. And in the discussion forum, we're talking about looking ahead. What are those goals? What's happening in the digital realm out there? For our written assignment this week, which is again titled Charting History, your task is to take a trip through the history of multimedia. You're going to create a multimedia timeline. Where do you start? The first part of the assignment is to do some research on that history so that you can feed that into your designs. A great place to start is this week's reading assignment. There's some great, rich information within the confines of Chapter 1 for you. The next thing we're going to look at here is you can utilize Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, or a combination of any of these software to create your timeline. If you're Flash savvy, feel free to use that for your timeline as well. For submission, you want to use the file formats of a JPEG, a PDF, or a SWF when you put that into the job box. Please do not feel constrained by the conventional design of a timeline. Feel free to think outside of the box and look at this piece from a design perspective as opposed to a linear design. So let's look at a couple of examples. Here, this student grabbed a portion of multimedia design where he's grabbed animation timeline, and he started way back here on the back road and drove us up through 1995, with different elements through the history that were significant in the creation and what animation is today. Here are some other examples where we're looking at multimedia as a whole. You can utilize all of multimedia or chunk out a certain element of multimedia if you want to just focus on certain portions of the multimedia history. I'm perfectly fine with that. So here we have animation versus all multimedia, or from where do we have from 1982 all the way to 2010. Feel free to take a chunk of that time and think about how you're creating this design so that it's aesthetically pleasing. Okay? For our discussion forum, we're looking ahead. What are the roles inside the digital design industry? What does that mean to you? What are some ways that you can research the type of positions that you may want to get into in the design industry? So what you want to do is describe at least 3 jobs in digital design that you find relevant and interesting. What seems to draw you to them? If you had to choose one of them, which would you choose and why? So the big crux of what we're talking about in the discussion forum is the design industry and what your area of focus is. What are you excited about? So you're going to do a little bit of research for this discussion forum. You're going to go out and take a look at different industries, and you're going to say, okay, hey, that job sounds interesting to me. What kind of job duties would I be doing in that role? So for example, if I was going to be a CG artist working in the animation industry, what roles could I fit into there? Would I want to be a modeler? Would I want to be a lighter? Would I want to be an animator? A concept artist? So you need to look at these different types of roles that happen within the industry that you're excited about and find out what might suit you the best. And then you're going to just talk about that. In the discussion forum, I've also included links to this, or a post that includes links to these 2 different sites. These are great places to start, and I'll show you exactly where that's at. Let me just pull up the class. Oh, first, let me just click over to this section here. So we're in a week 1 discussion looking ahead, and then I've got this post that says, where in the world should you start? So you just click on that, and then here's the links for you. You can go out and do some research and have lots of fun. The other note I wanted to quickly make mention of, and that's why I had this page up, if we go to our course and we say that we want to find the digital or the reading assignment for this week and you haven't received your textbook, what you can do, and this for the first 3 weeks of this course, I'm going to go into the lessons tab here. For the first 3 weeks, we have the chapter readings for you provided in PDF format so that you can download them in case you haven't received your book yet. So all you need to do is click on the lesson that you're working in, go into assignments, and then you'll find this electronic version of the chapter reading for the first 3 weeks. So I just wanted to make mention of that here in this video so that you know where to find that and where to go to find that within the course. So I wish you best of luck on your assignments this week, and I look forward to seeing your timelines.